and welcome to Jennifer Reads. This is where Jennifer reads books and talks to you all about them. This is my February TBR, and I'm a little late getting into it. I fell behind in trying to get some recording done. I actually filmed this video already once before, but I did it really late at night and didn't realize all the mistakes I made, especially in pronouncing names and books, and it was a mess. So I am now here to re-record this whole film. So just jumping right into it, I am not sure, I didn't count how many books I have, but the first book that I'm hoping to read this month is The Omnivores Dilemma by Michael Pollan, A Natural History of Four Meals. I am a chef by trade, so this kind of jumped out at me as something to read. I've never really read food-related books, so I'm trying to change that this year. So far, I'm only about 20 pages, 30 pages in, and I'm finding it a little slow. So hopefully it picks up a little bit for me. I'm not really sure I'm interested in the history of corn, but we're going to see where this takes us. The next book that I have planned to read this month is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. This is an Oprah's Book Club 2016 selection. I heard lots of great things about this book. I've had it for a while and haven't actually read it, but seeing as how it is now Black History Month, I thought, why not give it a try? I don't know a whole lot about it other than the fact that the Underground Railroad is not only the Underground Railroad, but it's also an actual Underground Railroad. So it's kind of taken the history of the freedom of slaves and kind of changed it into a literal railroad. This story is told from the point of view of a young girl, Cora. I don't know too much about it. I'm hoping that I'm kind of feeling like this might be one of my favorite books of the month. So we're going to see. I haven't started this one yet. I'm hoping to get that dive into that one next week and see where that kind of takes us. I'm really looking forward to this book, I have to admit. I don't know why I haven't read that one sooner. So we shall keep our fingers crossed on that one. The third book that I have planned for this month is the book that we had picked for our book club in the area that I live. I live in Grossmorn, Newfoundland, and we have a local book club that airs on the radio for our local radio station. And every month we get to go around and each person takes their turn picking their book of the month. So this month I am going to be reading Madeline Teens, Do Not Say We Have Nothing. And I apologize if I butchered your last name. It was given to me properly at the last meeting, but I have horrible memories and I'm not too sure if I said that the wrong way. I'm not 100% sure what this book is about either. It is set in Vancouver in the 1990s. We have a protagonist of 10-year-old Marie and a guest they invite to their home, Ming. That's all I know. That's all I want to know. I will be starting this one shortly as next book club is March 3rd. So I do need to have this one read as soon as possible. And the next book that I have up to read, and I'm going to show pictures for the next few because I don't have the actual copies. These are either ebooks or they are ones I've taken out from my library online, from our digital library. So the next book I'll be reading is The Cellist of Sarajevo by Stephen Galloway. This is a book that I read years ago, I believe when it first came out. And I've met him, the author, when he has come down for the literary festival that we have here in the area. And a wonderful gentleman. But he was there to promote a different book, and all I could remember was reading this first book. Now, I don't remember much about the first book, but the ending. And I remember the ending so well that I wanted to go back and reread the full book, just because the ending is one that has stuck with me for years. I still can't remember what the whole story is about. I don't remember fully why the ending was the way it was, but I want to read the rest of the book to find out what took us to this ending. So I'm about halfway through that book right now, and I should have hopefully a bit of a review up in the next little while. My pick for comedy of the month is going to be Wishful Drinking by Carrie Fisher. I also think she is a wonderful writer. I think she is an amazing advocate, was an amazing advocate for mental illness. And so I stumbled across this book after her passing. It was heavily promoted, and decided that this is one that I was going to delve into. Her family is Hollywood royalty, and I just would love to read about the behind the scenes. Debbie Reynolds was one of my favorite actresses back in the day. Carrie Fisher, Star Wars icon. So I'm going to give this one a try and see what comes of that. Next up is The Woman in Cabin 10. And again, picture up here. I don't have a copy. I borrowed that one from my local library on the digital catalog. I'm kind of leery on this one. I read Ruth Ware's first book, In a Dark, Dark Wood. I did not like it. So we're going to see how much I like this one. I believe I've put up a book review on this one actually already, and so I will leave the link down below to that book review. I am kind of so-so on that one. Again, I did not at all like the first one, so this book surprised me a lot. Much more enjoyable. And the next book coming up for review is The Lost City of the Monkey God by Douglas Preston of Preston and Child fame. I have read several of their collaboration books, but I have not read anything strictly by Douglas Preston. This one took me by surprise. I will admit, I thought it was more of a fictional story, turned out to be nonfiction. So review will be coming shortly for that one. And the last two books that I have are going to be, if I have time amongst the schedule of books, will be the Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, I believe her name is. And that's my Valentine's Day pick for the month. I don't have a lot of romance stories that I own. I'm not heavily into contemporary romance. I have some historical romance, and I believe I have some more suspense romantic thriller romance. Nothing that I'm going to read for this month. I was looking for something a little bit more love story in a traditional way, and I don't own anything like that. At least nothing outside of Pride and Prejudice and Jane Austen novels, which weren't really what I was looking for this month. And the last book that I had picked was The Church of Marvels by Leslie Perry. This was a last minute pick, and we're going to see what this one takes. I have zero idea what that book is about. The cover actually drew me in. Again, here it is. I didn't really properly read the book blurb, so we're going to see what this has in store for me a little later on towards the end of the month. I really wish I knew more, and perhaps I'll go back and read the blurb because it doesn't come with my e-copy. But I have a feeling I'm going to like it. So we're going to see about that one. So these are my picks for February. I have a long list. I don't know if I'm going to get through them all. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to get through them. But if you have your list already, or if you're working through your list, or if you have anything you'd like to suggest, leave a comment down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.